What's going on, world? It's your boy Malik. Decided to do a second video about hydrogen peroxide and how to use it to get rid of hair grass algae in your fish tanks. Just because I found out that this is a very successful and easy and safe method to use on an established tank. And I tested it out earlier today, and the results are astounding. So I decided to do a second video of it and show you guys exactly what I did, and to repeat the process and to get rid of some more of the hair grass algae that's growing in this tank. Especially on these foreground plants, it's really hard to get rid of the algae off of them, because as soon as you try to pull out the algae, if it's a clump of hair grass algae, it pulls out the plants as well. So as you can see, like, I tried to pull out some of the algae off it here before, like a few days ago, and always seem to mess it up, and it seems to hinder the process of the root growth of the plants, and the algae just seems to grow like it doesn't seem to care. So hydrogen peroxide is a very safe and effective method that I recently found, and I was kind of skeptical and scared to put it into a tank with like all my nice fish. Like, these guys are from the wild. These neons actually are from Peru. Have like about 100 of them in this tank. So like, I don't want to, end up hurting them, because they're gonna be my parent stock for my new breeding program. And I also have my jumbo cardinals, which are like just bred a few days ago, and they're in here like just having some time off, just recuperating and bouncing back into, I guess just building back their strengths. Not to say they're weak or anything, but they're just enjoying the tank. So essentially, I don't want to hurt anybody. And I also have my agassiz, which are from Peru, wild caught. These guys are like super nice, super rare fish. So like, this is like something like, this is one of my babies, this tank. And yeah, here I go. I'm about to dump some hydrogen peroxide into the tank with the spray bottle. Right. So I went ahead and poured the hydrogen peroxide into this spray bottle, and did a few squirts now, like right there. Get some spray going, and then essentially what you do is you go inside into the tank with your spray bottle, point it at the desired area where you want to treat, right there, like that, and just squirt. Do a couple squirts there, back a little bit, do a couple of squirts here, a few more squirts over here, just make it really effective there, and I'm going to do a few more right here, just to, not to overdo it. I want to do it in stages, just so that it doesn't have any drastic effects on any of the other life in the tank. For example, like, I have a ton of snails in here in the sand bed. If you can see them right there, there's one. So I don't want to hurt, and there's one right there. I don't want to hurt any of my snails. I don't want to hurt any of the micro life in there, the macro life, the little diatoms, whatnot. So you want to be really careful, and you just want to basically attack the algae. But it really does work. Like this part here, I don't know if you can see it. Yes, like these plants here had a lot of it growing earlier this morning, and after I sprayed it, it really did take off a lot of the clumps off of it. It dissolved into the water. Even here, there's like a large clump growing, which kind of dissolved out, and I'm kind of getting rid of it little by little. So it's not like you do it in a second and it's gone, but it's definitely really is a fast treatment method, like compared to anything else I've tried. I'll tell you that much. I have tried Algae, which is a packet which you can put into the filter, I guess. I don't know if I have actual sound. There's one in the filter in here, actually. so I can show you what's going on. And I don't usually use filters in my tanks either. This is like a drastic method to get rid of the algae actually in this tank, because most of my other tanks are pretty clean. So this is Algae, the packet. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, there it is. So you can buy these at pet stores, online. I bought a ton of these online. Essentially, these work pretty well to get rid of some of the excess nutrients in your tank, which cause the algae to begin with. So you know, it does help with, mostly I find that it helps with microalgae compared to macroalgae, yes, like these hairgrass algae. So it definitely works for smaller stuff, like the stuff that your plecos and your autosynclus can eat actually, as opposed to stuff that they cannot eat, which is the hairgrass algae. So let's go in and see the hydrogen peroxide working. I don't know if you can see the bubbles starting to form. Yeah, there's little tiny bubbles coming off of the plants there, which is I guess the hydrogen peroxide attacking whatever is there, and it happens to be hairgrass algae. And the fish seem to like go in and out of it to catch the little animals that come off the plants that get stung to the diatoms and whatnot. So, and there's my agassiz male, one of the males actually. There's 6 or 7 of them in here, like a colony, 2 males and 5 females, or 4 females. I can't remember. Yeah, somewhere there. And yeah, so it seems to be doing well. I'm hoping that the agassiz will breed soon. I'm hoping that they would start doing their thing, so I can get some babies out of them. So I'm looking for some F1s. And yeah, this is my giant jungle wells. These guys grow like 4, 4.5, 5 feet sometimes, the leaves. So like there'll be a clump, so I'd have to continuously crop them. Well, that's about it. My super red kababa, which is, I got like one piece of that, and then it started growing into like all these little pieces, which I have kind of gotten it to grow on. And there's the tiger lotus. There's the rest of the room, which is kind of dark right now because I'm doing this video. And yeah, that's about it. Hydrogen peroxide to get rid of algae. Final thought, be careful, monitor your fish at all times. Like right now I'm making this video, but at the same time I'm looking at them to making sure like nobody's like upside down or doing anything weird and out of character for the particular type of fish, because some of the fish do act a little strange sometimes, like the plecos especially. You wouldn't expect you know, but they're very hardy. The tetras could go into shock. Okay, last thoughts on using hydrogen peroxide for treating hairgrass algae on your fish tank. I would say do it with extreme caution. Not because it's a dangerous substance per se to your fish, but you don't want to hurt any of your friends that you know are like attached to, and they're live animals. You want to be careful. And hydrogen peroxide is a corrosive chemical, and so you have to be careful with that. It is actually H2O2, which is 1 hydrogen molecule per oxygen molecule, as opposed to 2 hydrogen molecules per oxygen molecule in water. So as hydrogen peroxide comes in contact with water, it becomes it dissipates in water and becomes H2O and O2, which is oxygen and water essentially. So like it's not super harmful, but yeah, it kills algae, so it is you know, definitely something that is harmful, corrosive in a way to life. So you don't want to get it on your fish. That's essentially the I guess the bottom line. And since we are doing a video on hairgrass algae removal, I decided to add a little bit of other methods that are that I have found successful at removing hairgrass algae. One of the best ways I think is these little guys right here, which are
Siamese algae eaters. He's the guy that's on the plant, sitting there with the black stripe. Yes, there he is, eating algae off the plant. Those guys have tiny little mouths, and they seem to do a really good job at removing hairgrass algae. They keep this tank
looking really clean. I do very little manual algae removal in this tank. So they seem to be a good method, natural way of keeping it clean. There's no filter on this tank, as you can see. It's a natural tank. It has plants that does all the filtration and cleaning, and I have a very high density of fish in there, and they seem to be doing really well. These are like my rainbows, my jumbo diamond tetras, which are right there in my breeding school. These guys are like my grandparents. They're still breeding. Um, my rainbows, Boss Manny rainbows, which I'm growing out. My Lake Katubi Torx rainbows, which I'm growing out. These guys are probably going to breed pretty soon. They've been laying eggs in here. I also have Incas from Peru. Have about 5 or 6 of them, I think. There's one right there. They haven't colored up yet, and I'm kind of hoping that they would. I have a good 15 to 20 of them in total. These guys are super rare, and these guys are wild too. So there's one right there. You can see them right there. There's one right there in the middle of the screen. There's 2 of them coming up. So yeah, that's what's going on in this tank, and I find that these guys right here, the Siamese algae eaters, seem to be the best, in my opinion, the naturalist way to get rid of hair algae. They seem to be doing a great job at this tank. I have 5 of them in here. They're sub-adults. This guy's about 2.5, 3 inches long, and he's probably the same size as everybody else. There's one that's a little bit bigger. I think that's a big female. I also have some autocyclists in here, which work on the glass, and I have 2 bushy-nose chocolate albino cross bushy-nose plecos, which I cannot find right now. They're hiding. So those guys are my algae removal crew in this tank, essentially. So any last comments, I guess, I would have for using hydrogen peroxide to remove algae off your tank is to be careful not to get it on your fish. First of all, don't overdose it. Measure out approximately how much each spray is. Like mine is about a milliliter per spray. It's usually a standard for small bottles. Like the spray is pretty minimal. It's like mist almost, and just get it onto the algae like right there. You can see the little bubbles coming off it. I just resprayed this area again, just to clear this out a little bit more, and you can see that these bubbles are forming on it. Look at that. That is the hydrogen peroxide working. So good luck with your planted fish tanks. I hope everybody is having a good Monday, and I'm gonna start updating this channel pretty often, just so everybody knows what's going on with my fish tanks and with my breeding projects. Because a lot of people, my friends actually, are very interested in what's going on. So this is for you guys and whoever else that needs help or advice with how to keep your tanks clean and looking nice and green, I guess. I'm pretty happy with this tank. This is about 5.5 months of growth. I planted this in the summertime. This is the 1st of December now. The tank was done in June, so about 6 months, 5.5 months. I'm pretty happy with my results, except for this patch here, which I've had the hardest time taking off because of the algae problem, which I'm chemically treating right now with hydrogen peroxide. So hopefully that will fix that. And in a few weeks, I will send you an updated video with